Stand up, fight back. Stand up, fight back. Stand up, fight back. Woo! Yes. Um, can we get a couple people to hold the banner or hold the banner for me? Mike check. Woo! Mike check. Mike check.
My name is Patricia Wright, and I met Ms. Wanda about 7 years ago. I was doing my dissertation on the police brutality, and I was doing it in England. And I came back home. I met Wanda. She exposed me to a lot of information, and it is disheartening to know that this thing is bigger than her. It's bigger than the actual victims that suffer. We are neighbors, we are cousins, we are aunts, we are uncles, we are friends, we are classmates, we are co-workers. We hear it. My co-worker lost his son. My co-worker lost her daughter. This thing affects us. It affects everyone that can watch a video. Your heart, your internal organs are devastated by this. And I have to admit, I've always heard about municipalities. I remember Officer Friendly, and I had a hard time connecting with them. And when I realized that there's no such thing as an Officer Friendly, and when I realized that when I became a mother, the things that I had to tell my son, I was always afraid when he goes out. I'm still afraid. My son's 34 years old. My daughter's 29. And I am afraid to the point that if they don't sit check in, I can't sleep. I'm up. I'm calling friends. And this is nothing that people should have to go through. I can't even imagine losing my son. And when I do, or my daughter, my heart aches. When I see you women out here, you mothers, you are the strongest people I've ever met in my life. And I pray for you. I pray for your peace, whatever that means for you. I pray for your ability to keep fighting for your loved ones. But I also have to ask that we all have to join into this. This is not something that happens over there or happens up there. It happens all around us. And when I did my dissertation, even my school, they were mortified in my research. And it's disheartening that we continue to have to live like this in 2024. Now, I'm going to concentrate this on Black America because we grew up in slavery. It's still slavery. They just changed, they just changed their clothes, right? And so all of these things that prepare us for jail, starting at school, ADHD, like all these programs, all these things lead to our demise, more so than any other group. But I feel great for every single person because God put us all here. And I'm just asking that everyone join in, whatever that means. If it just means you give something, if you show up. I don't live in this area anymore. I live 100 miles away. and I made it a point to be here. I'm always supporting her. This is this is dear to me. This woman, like I just can't imagine. I tell everybody about her. Everyone that came to the University of Essex, they know Tawanda Jones. They know West Wednesday. Thank you for listening. Y'all can have some lessons. So bring the Rocky on that board. I'm like, what's this 21 year old woman? Like, oh my God, I ain't seen her in years. I love you. Like, we always talk on Facebook and we done had our own, but I'm so like, you ain't never gonna tell this is beautiful surprise. So my check, for anybody want to keep it, if any of my beautiful friends want to say anything that y'all might have, you know, didn't say something, my check. I want a big shout out to my brother Joe. If y'all get that book yet, y'all better get that book. My check. My check. My name is Lena Love. I'm 45 years old. I just want to share a little bit, but I wasn't expecting to be here today. I work at the Baltimore Communication Center, and I'm a supporter of the Baltimore Peace Movement. I became a supporter back in July. Not an ambassador, but I am supporting. I do support the cause, and I do support this because 22 years ago I was in this building. It was to be a cop. My daughter was one, about 2 years old. I needed a job. I needed a career, right? Yeah. That's what I was pushed to believe, that I needed to have a career in the government to sustain a balanced life, to sustain a balanced future, right? So over the last 20 years, I've learned and I've seen. I grew up in East Baltimore, so I say police brutality. And I figured, well, maybe go be a cop, maybe you can change some things. But I matured because at the end of the day, I realized this was a system that probably wouldn't have supported me if I wanted to be a good cop. That probably wouldn't have supported me if I chose to subdue the person with words or subdue the person versus pulling out my Glock and shooting somebody just because they won't listen to what I got to say. Just because I don't like their attitude. Their attitude could be because they just had to be for their baby mother. They had nothing to do with me. But they may have been in an unbalanced state. I suffer with bipolar. I suffer with a mental illness. So I've been in my mania and I've been reckless. So I know where your mind can go at times. And you feel so invincible and you ain't trying to listen to nobody. But when they misunderstand that, they take the power in the wrong hands. They abuse it instead of trying to understand, well, why is this happening? Right. You're supposed to be trained to de-escalate situations, but you don't de-escalate anything. You cause more situations. You cause more heartbreak. You cause more people, like my sister right here, like mothers and fathers and aunts and uncles and brothers and sisters, to have their children or their siblings laid out in the street. It's not right. So at 45, I decided to take a change in my life. I'm part of the miracle. Baltimore Poor Miracle. Baltimore Poor is right out my door. You never heard of it until sometime last year. And I'm proud to stand here with you guys. Much love to you, much prayer, much blessings to everybody out there. Because it takes this to continue. I mean, it takes this, and we go all the way up 83 to show that it ain't no joke, that we ain't playing. And everything that's going on and misrepresentation of what's supposed to really be going on, that revolution that sister was talking about, it's time for it to really get activated again. And it's time for it to really start now. And it starts with our voices, because I know my voice is going to give my daughter a voice. And then giving my daughter a voice is going to give her child one day a voice. It's to give my cousins a voice. It's to give my mothers a voice. It's to give a voice to those people who don't have a voice or feel like they can't be heard. So sometimes it takes some of us to stand in the gap for those who feel like ain't nobody listening to them. And I'm pushing my voice out there for the first time to say, for all those who have been a victim to the injustice, my heart goes to you. For anyone that you lost, my prayers go to you, even if I don't know who you are. But just continue to fight, continue to stay prayed up, continue with the struggle for this all to stop. Because if you look at it, it's not going to stop.
They want us to drop. It's time for us to stand 10 toes like we're standing right now and do what it is that we need to do. Because at the end of the day, we're a community. No matter what your color is, we're still a community. We're supposed to live as a community. If you ain't got something, I got something. So we're just going to support you because I got the strength that you ain't got. So she can work on my shoulders when my legs is weak. So we just got to continue doing what we're doing. Peace and love to everybody.
Mike, Mike Jack, can you hear me? Act like
My time.
Mike Jack.
1,000 times. My name is Kalina, Northwest Baltimore, born and raised. I am a daughter. I am a sister. I am a niece. I am a granddaughter. But today, especially for the rest of my life, I'm a proud member of the Revolutionary Communist Progressive Labor Party, an internationalist communist organization that wants exactly what we're fighting for, and then some, and then more. In line with everyone who has spoken, and of course, like all of us in attendance today, I stand with all victims, living and slain, of police brutality and community violence. Tyrone West should be here today. We all know that. He should be here living proudly with his sister Tawanda, his children, his grandchildren, his best friends, and a community that would have shined much brighter simply because he would have been among us. But almost everything we thought, nah, we gotta take out another real one. Even if we don't know what to do, we gotta send a message. We gotta make sure these people know, okay, but what's like, and to show how tough we are, how hard we are. We gotta take down this one innocent black man. One innocent black man. One innocent black man. More than a dozen protectors of the law. Yeah, I sure do feel protected. Maryland passed a law in 2021 so that local police departments were the ones investigating their own cops for murders of citizens, for you and me. Specifically those occurring after September 2021. The rest, they didn't matter. They didn't exist. Oh yeah, they didn't matter. Instead, the state would do those investigations through the Independent Investigations Division. Funny enough, Dana Mulhauser left her position as chief investigator just this past month. That's crazy. She was also part of the St. Louis Attorney's Office when Mike Brown was killed by police in 2014. She ruled that no one should be prosecuted for his murder. The Independent Investigations Division is literally another inefficient bandage on the serious and lethal wounds brought on by a capitalist system. A capitalist system that's built to keep all of us in line. It's not any better than community outreach between the police and workers. It's not better than training or de-escalation between the police and citizens. It's not any better than bias and sensitivity training for the police. Remember, they don't think we're people, so why would we expect it better? Police killings, though, have as usual kept increasing, despite what the news media outlets put out this thing. Newsflash! We're not as dumb as they think we are. Dogma spin-off. As a revolutionary communist, I also strive to see a permanent end to police violence. Just like I want to see a permanent ceasefire in Congo, a permanent ceasefire in Darfur, a permanent ceasefire in Canada, a permanent ceasefire in Myanmar. I unequivocally believe that reforms are not and never will be enough for us. We need a complete overhaul of the capitalist system and its deadly foes.
Right.
I and many people in the Progressive Labor Party believe that that world can only exist as one that's run for and by the workers. I believe that is communism. Past revolutions for workers have failed, yes. But revolutionaries don't succeed in carrying out the revolutionary process mainly because of our own inhibitions or our lack of confidence in one another. lack of confidence in one another, the working class. But as human history has shown, a strong and committed collective of people will always work to see that future succeed. If this weren't true, there would be no point in even trying today. There would be no point in trying to upend the various systems that have forced communities into submission. From the time of ancient chattel slavery to feudal dynasties to today's deadly capitalism. Those rulers would have us think there's no point in organizing to smash these systems. Because on the surface, it looks like each system is much stronger than us, the revolutionary forces. As far as I can tell, we aren't bowing down to high empresses or regal kings. So after we put so much faith in the president, a senator, a governor, a delegate, or an incompetent mayor, who time and time again always prove what we already know. They aren't for us, they never have been, and they never will be. Whether they're willing to be upfront with their allegiance or not, I'll reiterate what too many people throughout history have already declared. These politicians are loyal to one thing, the money. So don't even consider the people or organizations giving out or promising the money to these clowns, as long as Brandon Scott, Les Moore, Dan Carden, Chris Van Hollen, and Genocide Joe Biden give money for them and their people. They'll keep letting Baltimore, the state of Maryland, the United States of America, and the international community falls in more depressions, more catastrophes, and more displacements. And the banks and their affiliates will keep on thriving. For now. For some of us, whether we're in the West Coalition, another organization, or simply on our own, being involved in movements gives us something to do in response to the daily injustices and catastrophes that capitalism forces on us, day in and day out. It gives purpose to our lives, a purpose that's greater than the grind of multiple working shifts or tireless studies. It can even embolden us within our communities, which we will always need. But I wouldn't be surprised if all of us have at some point questioned if what we're fighting for, whether it's a world without senseless violence, genocides, and famines, or a world without exploiters altogether, can truly be achieved. I believe that we should take the approach that it can be done, that we're going to do it, and that the only ones who can defeat us are ourselves. Nobody has more power over us as members of an international working class than ourselves. In the spirit of West Wednesday, we all we got. We all we got. We all we got. We all we need. We all we got. We all we need. We all we got. We all we need. Whether you're Asian, Latin, Black, or white, whether you're Jewish, Arab, Black, or white, workers of the world must unite. My check. My check. They are so.
My name is Zoe. I have known about West Wednesday since I was in college at Coppin State University. I walked across my campus and met these folks at Gilmore Homes. I was making burgers that day. I just had to find something to do. I had to know what was going on. The real. I needed to know the real. I'm just a county girl. I'm getting lied to just like we're all getting lied to. And I blame the world for Tyrone lessons. The BPD is learning how to kill us from the idea. The tactics that were used to kill Tyrone West are IDF tactics. Let's make that clear. Baltimore spends $8 million to Israel so they can come and teach our police force to kill us. So now, I'm upset. The IDF is responsible for why the BPD is so silent. And the BPD is responsible for the imperialist relationships that are not for our interests. I worry about Tawanda ever since I met her. Like when I was closely following this, because I follow a lot of things. I'm a member of Black Alliance East Baltimore, so this is not the only thing I have my eye on. I worry about Tawanda like every fucking day because I know what surveillance looks like because of this woman. She has harassed her like threats because she wants to tell the truth. Like, take this as an example. When you start telling the truth, your life will be threatened. This woman is followed. This woman is harassed by random ass people because they know the power in what she is doing. I have to show up for 555. That's a powerful angel number. It's a number of manifestation. It is a number of change. And if we are here today, it only means the veil is thinning. People see right through the PPD. I wouldn't be surprised if those officers won their jobs. We're waiting for them to quit. I hope that all of you take this special day to manifest true change and avenge Tyrone West. I know I will. Thank you so much.
I won't go any point involved. I just wanted to say, smoke it, baby, smoke it. Smoke it. Oh, I remember when I was on this mic for 400 weeks. But let me start with today, giving honor to Breonna Taylor. On this day, 4 years ago. Say the word. Say her name. So going back to 400 weeks, one talk about we had a short window of opportunity to make some changes. We can see what's happening right now in the city, and even over in DC, a lot of these major cities. And then we're looking at our leadership. And specifically, when they look like me, and then there's misleadership. It's election season, and some of the stuff that's coming out is disturbing. It's disturbing. The fear mongering. Making everyone believe that there's something that needs to be done to the point of being over policed and yet still underprotected. I've seen it over and over. And I'm sure that they wanted this movement to die out. Because if I go to town hall meetings and listen to fighting, nobody's bringing up this movement. So Wanda Jones is still here. She's still fighting. And it would love that all of the other folks, the people who are impacted by police murder and brutality, don't show up or be fragmented or be scared to speak. But I'm willing to back it every day. Someone was out here telling this story. We can go at least 8 months. And there would have been change. There will be change. The problem is everybody wants to get something. Those who seek in power isn't coming out here and trying to work with folks here. They're just trying to come out, trying to get theirs. Tell you a little something. I've seen it. Tawanda, how many times she had people on the line? You got a police officer out here taking pictures. Y'all don't want y'all's picture taken. Tell me not to take the picture.
Take that. Fuck 12.
You can take the picture.
Take the picture.
Take the picture.
Take them. We ain't scared of her.
We speak the truth to power here. We speak the truth to power. The definitely more easiest thing.
9 till 11. Fuck 12. We ain't scared of you.
Let's let y'all know where they at, man. So yeah, down here posting up. Let me take all the pictures they want. But they cannot silence this movement.
That's right.
They cannot silence this movement.
That's right.
But I'm just talking about Breonna Taylor and Fast Forward, even with Mayor Scott being pointed about Darnell Rochester. His name not even coming up too much in the story. Say his name. Darnell Rochester. 18 years old. Now what they doing with our youth now? Look at you do to our youth. Video. So I'm not gonna go here long. I'm just giving you the picture that this movement cannot die out. It cannot die out. Do what you gotta do with your life, but you gotta show up. And you gotta show up and be in places strategically to save the name of Trevor Weston. Every victim impacted by police murder and brutality. My check. My check.
Let's go.
My check. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Now, a lot of y'all don't know nothing about me. Y'all just know I'm shorty, all right? 1986, I turned in guns and drugs to the police to end the war on drugs that's killing our communities today. In 2011, I did it again, except I used a toilet instead of guns. All right, called Public Accommodations Act. Baltimore City Police Department came in my house and put guns in my head. I'd be on them t-shirts that y'all talking about if it wasn't for the fact I don't know how to shut the fuck up. All right? I know every mayor, everybody here. I'm a cook, I'm a caterer. I've been in them houses when they was making them laws to lock up your kids. I buried my son in 2006. I got a phone call, and that's the worst call to get in the middle of the night to tell you your son dead. When I went to bury my son, I got locked up for 186 days in the state of Illinois because of the shit I used to do in the 80s and the 90s. You feel me? I got locked up in Maryland, in Baltimore County Detention Center for the same thing. I've been fighting this fight since the 80s. When Tawanda had problems, I'm the one that made them motherfuckers talk to Tawanda. You feel me? I'm the one that made the city council stop their meeting to come talk to Tawanda. You ain't never seen the police put their hands on me no more. I'm the most unarrestable black man in Baltimore, and I hold that title very fucking well. When I say shut shit down, shut shit down. When Fox 45 get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, y'all seen them interrupt their TV stations. What they do? Shut it down. Y'all seen Dale Collins? Shut it down. Whoever seen Jane Miller shut the fuck up? You feel me? I'm not scared of the police. I make the police scared of me. You don't see me running with no crew or no posse. I run with a toilet and a dumbass dummy. And that dummy and that toilet caused more problems than anything. 2 weeks ago, we shut down 83. Stand up for Palestine. Because you killing niggas the same way you killing Palestinians. It ain't nothing different. And your black ass should be the fuck out here standing up for this shit. You understand what I'm saying? I'm a black man living in white America. There ain't no more women up here talking. Where the niggas at? Where the men at? You know what I'm saying? I'm 65 years old. I've been watching you kill black men since 1959. Since 1959. Emmett Till is your Freddie Gray. Emmett Till is your Tyrone West. Emmett Till is your people that you've been killing. And my people taught me how to deal with white people. That's why I'm still here. I don't run from nobody. You ain't never seen me scared of nobody. And all black ain't black. All black ain't black. So if I don't like you, I don't deal with you. I don't deal with you because of the color of your skin. I deal with you because you can represent what I'm fighting for. If you can't do that, stay the fuck out my way. Ain't no kids here, so I will cuss, because that's how we communicate my community. All right? As long as I don't use the N-word, don't y'all try it. All right? I tell jokes and I'm a funny guy because I got a lot of pain in my heart. All right? I got a lot of pain in my heart. I used to be an ignorant individual. I would shoot you in a heartbeat. I would stick something in you. I would stick my dog on you. I would do things that you don't want to do, because that's how I was living. But I ain't living like that no more. When I started having kids, I started getting soft. When you mess with my kids, I'm going to be that 86 nigga. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, all y'all got it in you. Don't make it come out of you. You know what I'm saying? Because this pain, you don't want to feel that. I know what Tawanda feel like. I know what she feel like. When you get that call, that ain't You know what I'm saying? That ain't a call you want to hear. And when you got to go bury them, saying goodbye don't never happen. My mama died February the 2nd, 2011. Before I could go to my mother's funeral, they locked me up in Towson, Maryland, and charged me with terrorism. I've been charged with terrorism 3 times in 2 different states. I fired my lawyer and defended myself. So do I know what I have to do? You feel me? I ain't never paid for a lawyer in my life, and I know the law. And if you want to do that, you got to know the law. You feel me? Any activists in Baltimore, they know short. I'm running activism classes. Want to sign up? Yeah. You feel me? I'm a professional pisser off. Don't nobody do it better than me. I take that title. You can go talk to any chief of police. I take if Erky was a person. I'm Erky as hell. But I'm your best motherfucking friend. When you need me, I'm there. Yep. I feed this city out my pocket. Don't nobody pay me to do that. I do it because it needs to be done. Tell me, who didn't eat my food? Who didn't eat off my plate? Did I ask you for anything? You feel me? So I'm standing up here for black men because we need to be here to protect our black women, to protect our black community. You feel me? I've been doing it for so long, but I'm getting old. I can't do it forever. You feel me? Oh, dog, do I look 65? Do I act 65? I'm a kid. You feel me? I don't raise people's kids. They kids' kids. You understand what I'm saying? Zach, how long you been knowing me? You feel me? I can call you out. When I say I got white friends, I got white friends. My birth certificate say I'm white. Am I lying? I got a birth certificate. You know what? I was born in 1959, and we couldn't be born in your hospital. We had to be born at home. They had people come to the house. You understand what I'm saying? My mama was light-skinned. She passed and got in the hospital. But when my black ass came out, they couldn't say that I was born in that hospital because they had to destroy everything that my black ass touched. So they put white on my birth certificate to kick my mom out. I've been trying to use that white privilege, but it don't work. I'm still black. I crack these jokes, but it's some lessons you learn in this laugh. You understand what I'm saying? Because you gotta hide and conceal some of this pain. Y'all don't want that 86 shorty. You can't deal with this one. Mike! Check! Can you hear me over there? I gotta go to the restroom. I gotta pee. Nicole Hanson Mundell, one of Maryland's leading policy advocates. I know a lot of folks do not believe in this system, and neither do I. I just believe that since we live in this system, we got to figure out ways to navigate. And we have to teach our people ways to navigate this system. It was not built for us. It was not designed for us. But given that we live here, we got to figure this shit out. Come on. And so my work has really been about educating individuals about the legislative process and using the legislative process to benefit you and your community, specifically for individuals who are impacted by the criminal legal system. I have known Tawanda, let's say 2015 or 2015, and she is an example of consistency. Right? I've been a part of a lot of campaigns. I have led a lot of coalitions into some historical reforms around voting rights and supporting women coming out of our prisons and jails. And I am a fully incarcerated woman. But this is the most diverse, consistent coalition I've ever been part of. I've ever seen. And so, what is really critical about this movement is that those individuals who are not impacted by police brutality, it is you that will help keep this movement going, right? It is those individuals who do not have a direct interaction with the criminal legal system, who have not been incarcerated before,
right? Who do not have a loved one who's been impacted by police brutality. It is you that will ensure this movement stays moving.
Yeah.
And so you have to go home, you have to tell your family, you have to tell your friends, you have to reincarnate yourself, right? It is not enough for you to just show up today. You have to knock on that neighbor's door, that neighbor who's very conservative and know nothing about movement. You have to find a way at that dinner table and talk to them about why it's important to support issues even when you're not impacted by it, right? Because lo and behold, one day, because this criminal legal system, it goes beyond race many times, right? You know, it used to be a black thing. Now it's an everybody thing. And so it is very critical that you go in your neighborhood and you share about the movement. You get people involved. You organize your loved ones, your families, and your friends to support an issue that may not necessarily impact them today, but it may impact them tomorrow. And I just want to say, my deepest condolences to the West End. You are fighters. You are a consistent. You are a love. And I don't know what others say, but I hear West End everywhere. I hear the one with the West End everywhere I go.
I was just told by the police that this presentation is coming.
Okay, well, guess what? Don't believe it. Do you believe everything the police tell you?
That's why I'm asking.
Well, you don't have to ask. All you gotta do is just listen to what they say. That's bogus, right? But what I want to just say to the one that is, continue, you know what? All right? And that's what they do. They continue to make sure that you're healthy, and they're not helping, and nobody else, nobody wins when you're not healthy. Nobody wins when you're not healthy. That's why we fight, loving this stuff. Yeah, you were. So we got another 20 years out here. They do it every time. So yeah, we ain't stupid. And then we don't give a damn like that, y'all. We educate them. That's what we do. When we hear levels of ignorance, we educate. We pull in. We love them. That's what we do. And so you don't let one comment frustrate you. What you do is simply you go stand next to them and say, hey, here's a card. Let me tell you a little bit about this, right? You organize. That's how we defeat ignorance. We organize them. We turn them into our allies, right? So that's what you do. So, brother, if you really want to know about what this is, I have encouraged you to turn to the left or turn to the right to ask. But thank you all very much. Continue to educate yourself. Continue to stay involved in the legislative process because it is this work that took me up to the halls of Annapolis, and that is where we need you. That's where we need the on the ground work to trickle up to the legislative session. Amen. So thank you very much. Amen. And so, that's my brother. Let's introduce myself to you. I am Tawana Jones, the sister of Tyrone West, who was brutally executed right here in Baltimore City, beat to death by 17 killer cops. And for 550,000 people, I've been fighting not just me, my family, my West Coalition, my friends, for accountability, not just for my big brother, Tyrone West, but for you and all the victims of police brutality. That's why we out here. And that's why I am not a communist. I am a full black woman, a teacher. Don't make that my business. I'm working hard a month before. Yes, ma'am. Talk from I gotta come work from the classroom, come slandering, abuse, mother stuff for my children, and hold up my brothers forever. And that's who I am. So what they say. I'm inspired. I've been associated to, one said, kill some cops, and I never said that. Okay. Everywhere I go, my tires get slashed, I get arrested, but guess what? It's never gonna stop.
That's right. That's right.
All hands, fight system. I will never stop fighting my brother. Never, ever, not just for them, but for all the victims of police brutality. The ones that die and the ones that survive. And the ones that's gonna happen right after we leave here. If somebody out here watching us, we cannot get one officer in the Brooklyn Heights. Brooklyn Heights is a building that happens every year for decades. where black and brown people like ourselves were out there celebrating. And they got a massacre. And no, they still ain't starting up again. They try to bring teenagers and stuff. Guns they throw in our babies' head. And don't teach them about educated. And set them up to take the phone. They still ain't got the children. Their children too.
May I ask a question?
You guys, whatever you want to ask.
How do y'all feel about boys and girl clubs that's run by the police
How do I feel about
versus the youth development centers that's ran by the community?
well,
You have to know, just want to let me get it
Okay.
so it make it clear. Youth development centers that was shut down was run by people like us, right?
Okay.
Boys and girls clubs are ran by the police that people are sending their children to. So how do y'all feel about that? It's two different things. Youth development clubs is run by housing, Cherry Hill, Perkins, Lafayette, Chapel Hill, all these different, you get what I'm saying? Housing right here. This is the housing building. Youth development centers are run by housing. Boys and girl clubs are run by the police that you are saying that harm us.
Yep.
So how do you feel about boys and girl clubs? Should the boys and girl clubs be shut down the way they shut down housing, youth development centers?
Question is that-
We all have our own values, and I'm speaking for myself. I really feel some type of way. You know, because at the same time, it's just like everybody always take what we have, and we don't get nothing. They steal our ideas, and they want, and they use our babies, and they use our kids when they get. They use our babies while they study and watch. Like right now, they're watching us. They're solving no homicides in the city, none of it. It's none of their watching, studying us, and how we do stuff. So I really feel me personally, that's what's push. I feel some type of way. Because why don't you shut down our community stuff and then let them run it? The same ones that are killing our babies. The same ones that killed for mere life, a baby playing in a playground. Innocent. Not even a minute, you come and you got a baby down, a 12-year-old baby down. I can look Tamir Rice's mother in the face and say, I'm sorry. You can't tell me over there, Lord. I can't tell my queen over there, I'm sorry. I don't want to be on me, but I don't have to lose a baby. I can't tell me to. I'm sorry to how she feels, but I do know I feel to lose my big brother, somebody that raised me. I know how that feels, and it hurts like hell. Yes. My name is Nancy Brown. I'm a Kentucky Woodland, and I would like to be very clear. The police is the largest criminal organization in our country. They are involved in human trafficking, drugs, trafficking children. Amen. They are here not to stop crime, but to encourage crime and to protect the people who are doing crime. That is what the police is here for. There is a reason why you find very rich men involved in pedophilia, in trafficking humans, in organized crime. And there's a reason why nothing happens to them until they're exposed. Because they're being protected by the police. There's not a police on this force or any force in the country that is not aware, very much aware of crime in their organization. The man who murdered my cousin is now sitting for a federal court now. The state made deals with him because of federal fucking crime. So now a 3-time murderer who murdered 3 black men who were unarmed and lied is now walking the streets of Maryland.
You said it.
On a federal bond. The police is the largest criminal organization in our fucking country. And if you trust your kids to go to an organization ran by the police, then you are a fool. Because they are the biggest feeders of the school to prison pipeline in our country. They are not trying to save your kids. They are
profiling your child. They have a file on your child. So trust them, they are not in these communities trying to help you. That's why they don't have boys and girls clubs and white organizations ran by police. They got boys and girls clubs in the white communities ran by community people, not the police. Right? So before you question the goodness of the police, understand there is no goodness of the police. This is the Slave Patrol 2024. That is what they are. There is no goodness.
Why didn't you add women into that conversation and only men?
I feel like you asked enough questions.
It is everybody. I'm not
Because it's all,
excluding anyone from the
because it
conversation.
is women police.
555th.
I said the police. I didn't say male police. I didn't say female police. I said police. All of them. Every single one of them.
Combination.
Yeah. Whatever. Listen here. They always send somebody. Pretty much lets us know that's why we gotta continue. We have the power. This type of stuff shows us that we have the power. Because whatever they say, it doesn't matter. We gonna keep being out here. We gonna keep being strong. They're making up stuff like this. She didn't say anything about the women. She was talking about police in general. Slave catchers, like my sister said, we go back to the origin of police. They were property watchers, and they still are. Yeah. This building is more than any of our life out here. Any of our life out here. That's why I gotta do it, but just know, every time we have one of these, they always send somebody at the 500 West Lansing. We had a big couple. My sister was almost killed. A prosecutor ran to our car all the way from the left lane to the right lane, knocked off in somebody's driveway. And thank God I was right there behind, like 2 cars behind. Thank God that whatever they sent for me, because I would have went flying out the roof of that car. But by the grace of God, my sister's car had to catch a hit. And they said, but we already know they always send somebody. Always. Thank you for reinforcing that we got the power. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We already know y'all here to do it, but thank you so much. And I already know they're going to play with my phone this week, my camera, but you can play with whatever you want to play with. We're going to still keep fighting y'all. You will never lie or sell us out or steal us away. We here to stay. You know what you did to our mothers, and you put the lion out of us. We're not afraid. Mike check.
I'm not afraid.
Just real quick, nationwide, community violence and murders were down last year. Nationwide, not just in Baltimore City, but nationwide. But the incidents of police murder were increased. Over 1,000 people in 1 year. It's like more than 1,100 people last year were killed by police across this country. And we usually uphold the names every week. But I just wanted to bring back to focus like what we're here for. I'm just gonna do a couple of say your name moments. These were people killed in Baltimore City and Baltimore County. Marcus Martin, say his name.
Marcus Martin.
Timothy Fleming, say his name.
Timothy Fleming.
Nicholas Lee, say his name.
Nicholas Lee.
Donnell Rochester, say his name.
Donnell Rochester.
Benjamin Tyson, say his name.
Benjamin Tyson.
Tyree Moorhead, say his name.
Tyree Moorhead.
And Kevin Torres was killed by a security guard that was glorified by the police. Kevin Torres, say his name.
Kevin Torres.
And I don't want to leave anybody out, but like that's the ones that I like keep track of because the Northeast district where Tyrone was killed is one of the deadliest districts, and it defies logic because it's some of the like more diverse neighborhoods. But a lot of people would say, "Oh, I bet the Western district is the most violent." No, as far as police killings go, Northeast district, most deadly district. That's where the GTTF was born.
That's where war came from.
And that's where Worley came out of, Worthless Worley. Worthless Worley oversaw a bunch of police killings and covered up for them dirty cops. Worthless Worley has no business, and now his big great idea is, let's encourage traffic stops because of all these aggressive drivers or whatever. We're gonna have more Tyrone West. We're gonna have more Abdul Salam. We're gonna have more if they're allowed to do this. And Mayor Scott needs to say no. Mayor Scott supposedly has control over this BPD, whatever. We supposedly have local control. So get a grip on your little minion, Worley, because he's racist. He doesn't even live in the city. And he was the one who was in charge of the Northeast District while they were beating down people in the streets until they died. Mike check. Go to the jail before they confirmed him. My tire got slashed. The host of West Wendy, the host council, this tire, my tire got slashed the same day. Cut. And then when I brought it up to him, and I said, he just started studying, he couldn't even look me in my face. Disgusting pig.
Mike check. It's so good to see you. I see a lot of people that I've been marching with since 2015, and I see a bunch of people that I've never met before, and that's cool. I'm glad that you're here. I wanted to talk about the West Coalition a little bit because it's a coalition of people. Most of us who support Tawanda, we come from a lot of different organizations to begin with. And because of a lot of work by some of our members, I'm not going to say their names because we got other people recording back there. But because of a lot of work, a lot of y'all organizations were contacted and encouraged to come out. This, what you see right here, is just a larger version of the West Coalition. This is how all of us who are in the West Coalition started, because we realized that we all have this one common ground to support Tawanda Jones and the fight for justice for all victims of police violence.
Right.
No matter what our political affiliations, whether we're communists or whatever, we all found common ground here. On all of those signs that you carry around, there's a website down at the bottom. You can look it up when you go home. You'll find out about what we do. Tawanda Jones, the reason why that 555 is on there is because she has been out here for 555 weeks.
That's right.
That means that next week, number 556, she'll still be protesting.
That's right.
I would love to see some of y'all. All of y'all. So go on the website, find out if it's going to be online or in person, and join us. All of y'all, all of us were once in the crowd like you are now, and we decided to show up every week. Mike Kidd.
I also want to let you know my sister does her podcast, and you can join her on Tuesday. Can you get them the information?
If you guys can look up we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook as well. It's called Life After the Impact. So not only do we highlight our stories, we focus on all the stories and how we can fight for systemic change. So we're on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok under Life After the Impact. Be sure to follow us, share the stories, and look up on Tuesdays at 9 o'clock so we're on Facebook.
Okay, we actually yesterday's podcast talked to Donnell Rochester's mother just yesterday. And she asked us to call Ivan Bates. He's the city district attorney who ain't doing his job. So when y'all get a chance, call Ivan Bates. and ask him, no, don't ask him. Demand that he do his fucking job and hold people accountable for killing, Donnell Rochester.
Hey, check this out. Go to Ivy Bank's house. Go to his house. Find out where he living and go to his house.
Wake him up in the morning.
Wake him up. I'm telling you, do this shit. Hey, go to the movie. Go to his house. Where he living. Make him uncomfortable. As uncomfortable as your ass is, make him uncomfortable.
You making us uncomfortable?
Make him uncomfortable. If you find out where he lives, I'll go to his house. I'll go. Shit, tell me.
Throw a party in his yard.
So, I respect everybody's time, and I want to know if anybody else want to stand and say before we count the roll call, because I know it's getting late. If you guys been out here since 6 o'clock, some of you been out here before 6 o'clock, and I know if, you know, everybody got a 9 to 5 to go see them all, or something they got engaged in. So, if anybody else want to say anything, tell when your time is down, mic check.
How y'all doing tonight? So, I'm out here, organizing with all of y'all. Truth be told, I should have did this a long time ago. There was a young lady that was up here saying she first heard about it back in 2015. I heard about it around the same time when I was in high school. And, and that invited me back then is still here now. He invited me out here tonight. I wanted to participate, parents, they were scared to let me do it. I was scared to do it, Black Lives Matter protest happened. Wanted to participate in that. I was scared to do it. I wish I pushed past that. And I wish we didn't live in a world, I wish we didn't have police out here that made us scared to use our voices, come out here and speak out against something that's obviously wrong. I wish we didn't live in a world where I gotta worry about my safety and my life. I'm gonna return home to my family to speak out about 17 cops beating down on a man that was giving somebody a ride home and stood on his back and his neck until he died. And then what? A couple years later, the same shit to George Floyd. Same medical examiner that, ruled on Tyrone West, ruled on George Floyd, said, oh, it was a heart arrhythmia. With somebody's knee on his neck? Yeah. So, honestly, I'm sorry that I didn't come out here sooner, but I'm glad I'm here now. And I love y'all and appreciate y'all, all of y'all that did come out. And I got mad respect, mad love. And I pray for the family. And I thank y'all so much for having the bravery, for having the courage, for having the persistence to keep coming out here, speaking for what's right. Amen. And I hope that all these cops that's out here standing by, taking pictures, recording, sending people over here to distract us and shit. I hope y'all got your ears open. I hope you got your eyes open. I hope y'all understand exactly what the fuck you hold up every single time you clock in this fucking precinct. I hope you go home tonight, lay down, and before you go to sleep, I hope you really, really think about what you signed up for and what you keep coming out here to do. I want you to think about what the fuck you're going to do about it. Because we know what we're going to do about it. We here. We ain't going nowhere. That's all I want to say. Thank y'all.
Here's the reason why
we do what we do. It is the reason why we do what we do. And we're gonna continuously do it. And I just wanna say something as y'all record me. I want y'all to remember Detective Suda. I want you to remember even Pastor Steve Turner. Well, once you start telling, they are a gang, you guys are in a gang. Gang in, blood in, blood out. The same thing that we're going through and speaking up with, we don't just speak up. We speak up for all the victims of police brutality, including Detective Suda, Sergeant Suda, who they try to say, kill yourself. Who they try to get the whole community to lie and arrest a black person. Because they put all black men in danger when they said they saw a black man with a black and white jacket on and put a $250,000 over for somebody to lie. And then you turn back around and say, oh, we killed himself. But the same thing that happened to Suda, Joe Crystal, when they put racks on his car, he's my friend. The same thing can happen to y'all and will happen to y'all. Get out there, blue coats claim why you can't. That's my message to you. So, on that note, I want to thank each and every last one of you and just seeing your faces, just seeing your faces and just my beautiful queens. And I'm just so sorry for what happened to y'all. I'm so sorry. Like I won't wish this pain on nobody. We didn't sign up for this. This was brought to our door for, and it could easily happen to any of y'all out here. We don't want it to happen. That's why we are here. I am not a communist. I am a black woman fighting for accountability for everybody. That's who I am. And if you want to be a communist, be whatever you be. If you want to knock, and I do believe we need to knock this system out. We need to knock this system down and build it back up. I said 10 toes down on that. Because it's not working. It never was working. Like my sister said, they were slave catchers. They still look at us that way. They don't care. When they kill us, they get promotion. Louise got a promotion. Chatley got a promotion. So did David Killer Lewis, who sat on my dying brother back. After his 16 maniac killer friends came to a fake signal 13 when it should have been run unarmed man down. Let me call and get him help. They did. They treated my brother worse than the animal. Tom was a dog or a cat, he would have got AIDS that day. But because he was a black man and they thought nobody loved him, they got that wrong. The love I have for him, I extend the love to all my brothers and sisters. And I just want to thank you guys. I love you guys all. Sons of none, you make my day. This brother used to rap on the mic, do donations, all type of stuff. Like each and every last one of y'all, I can just pick up the phone and call y'all and y'all here. That's love. That's like, I love y'all. We have the power. That's why they watching us like this. That's why they trying to intimidate. That's why they sent that brother up here to act the fool. They probably gave $20 or whatever.
He got a bottle already.
Yeah, that's what they do. And it's there, but it's not gonna stop us. My sister Alicia, thank you for buying my shirt for me. Thank you guys all. Remember, when we wrap up, we always do the community violence list to show respect and the police brutality. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna wrap up. I promise we're gonna get y'all out of here. Bye, Chuck.
Mike check.
Violence list. Oh, we just, all right, so I'm sorry. Normally we do 1 minute. Can somebody keep the time for me? Let's just do 1 minute of silence. Yeah, 1 minute. Just to show respect, show love, and just at the moment, just be thankful for everything you got. Be thankful for this moment. Because this is a day that we never seen, a day that we will never see again. And just thankful and give people flowers while they're alive. I love you guys. Tell people you love them because you might not get that chance again. Pastor Steve Turner showed me that man, I'm joking about my food fight. Pastor Steve Turner showed me you were just joking on the phone about my food, and I didn't even get to tell him that I loved him. And it's just sad, but he knew it. But tell people that you love them while they're here because tomorrow not from tonight ain't any problems. We can walk away right now and stop to have nothing at a
split second of a dime, and we'll never see each other on earth again. But that don't mean we'll never meet again. So just take this moment to just be silent, show love, stand in solidarity. 1 minute. Thank you, God. My check.
Hello, everybody. My name is Brian. I try not to talk a lot in this situation, but there's people here who were here for the first time who are not here, don't know what we're doing here. So at this point in the evening, what we do is George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, there was a period there where saying their names became very important, and we wanted to say the names of the victims. And so the West Coalition is kind of carried on that, and every week we say the names of people who were killed during with violence in Baltimore, and we try to say the names of people who were killed by police nationwide. And we do this not to glorify any of it or to um, make any sort of a statement.
And normally I read anonymous posts, but I don't have it with me, but I just want to let you guys know, if we don't have a host child with us tonight, or we do have community violence, and unfortunately, we get these names from news, local news outlets and things of that nature. So we don't know anything wrong with the circumstance, so we're not trying to upset nobody or disrespect nobody. We're just coming from a loving place of care. I just want to uphold names of, we're not trying to traumatize or add on. And if we don't condone violence, we are peaceful. And we always believe in mediation. If you have a conflict, things like that, you can do it through not violence but mediating. And we know that police can de-escalate situations, which they don't. But at the same time, we hold ourselves accountable to de-escalate our own situation. And we encourage any and everybody to go to mediation, to talk it out, that way you can walk away type of thing. So
So we do this. I mean, the names that we give out represent people. Each of those people is a world unto themselves. They have loved ones, they have friends, they have family, co-workers. And every act of violence, regardless of who it's by, reaches out into the world and causes harm all over. And so we try and stand in solidarity with the families and loved ones. And we try to dedicate ourselves to doing this work in the name of people. And so I just asked you to join me this week and say the names. Wayne Sawyer.
Wayne Sawyer.
He's the only name we have this week. 4 other people were killed between the 9th and the 12th this week here in Baltimore. We don't have the names. If we get them, we will say we will leave them next week. So, we have the 2 unknown soldiers. So today we had the unknown names of people killed here in Baltimore. And so, we've had a moment of silence. We just have to touch more and try and go on about our business, make it a little better place.
Mike check.
Mike check.
So again, I love you guys. I think somebody came. Mike check. I don't know who that. I'm sorry, y'all. I haven't been fully paying attention, but over the weekend, Brian Gaynor, a 15-year-old boy, autistic, was killed by sheriff deputies in San Bernardino County. Ryan Maynard.
Ryan Maynard.
And, yeah, he was 15 years old, and I'm also neurodivergent. Every death is a tragedy. Every child's death is a tragedy. There's just something so fucking cruel and evil about killing a disabled child. It's disgusting. And you all should be ashamed to share the fucking job title. It's disgusting. My mom is a Haitian immigrant, and this week has also been really difficult for people looking at global news. And also in the context of what's been happening in Palestine, I have just been grappling with the weight of colonial suffering for so many of us. How this is the result of colonialism, all of it, every death. How did that happen? First of all, and I'm so sorry, but I don't understand how it happened. And we have to undo it. And that's the one thing that I do look at my ancestors for more than anything is the fact that Haiti was the first colony to revolt successfully. The slaves revolted for 14 years straight. They were at war with guns and weapons, killing each other for 14 years. And then, when Haiti liberated itself, we went and did it for the surrounding areas. And I believe that many of the descendants of the greatest freedom fighters in history are going to be the ones who make a difference. And I believe a lot of us are here. And a lot of us come from lines of people who have power. So remember that. Remember your power in a system that tells you you don't matter, that every part of you, every identity, everything about you that makes you special and unique and a human, that we value and that we love in you, is what the state will kill you for. And that's the state. And that is the state forever and always. I'm sorry, I don't want to speak too much, but the last thing I do want to say, I'm going to stand here in front of you all and let you know that I was also raised by a white cop as well. A homicide detective in Prince George's County. I'm not going to give the name. That might not be too good for me. Obviously, we don't speak. Obviously. But I do remember, there's one thing I want to say about my dad, a white man, and cops do this a lot. My dad's married to a black immigrant, and so he believes that that makes him immune from racism.
Laughable.
It's laughable, first of all. Okay, it's funny, you know. But with all of that to say, he is a racist motherfucker. He is. In 2020, when I was doing solo marches for BLM because I was a nanny for an immunocompromised baby and I couldn't go into group. So in the town that I lived in, Annapolis, at the time, I would walk a mile around the Black Lives Matter sign. My dad saw a picture and cut my phone off. And I think that the thing to really remember about that is that, like, a cop can be, like, racist and a cop even to their own kid. Even to their own kid. They are terrible. They are terrible. My dad broke my mom's arm when I was a kid. I'm gonna put this man on blast because you know that that's how cops are. They all know that they're like it too. You know, my dad was a fucking alcoholic. That man loved to drink. He loved to drive his car with us in the car as kids. While he was drunk, I remember being scared. Oh yeah.
Alcoholic.
Oh yeah. Oh, and he gets pulled over. He gets pulled over driving drunk with his children in the back of the car. What do his buddies do here? What do the fraternal order police do? Do they protect the children in the back of the car? No!
When they saw everybody dodge, they let him go. They did not protect the lives of children. They did not protect the life of Ryan Gaynor, a 15-year-old disabled child who was killed because he was black and having a mental health crisis. Disgusting. A state-sanctioned execution. The last thing I want to say is that his family, Ryan Gaynor's family, said about him that he wanted to be an engineer because he loved robotics. He liked to run track. And everyone in his family said that nobody protected their mom like Ryan Gaynor protected their mom. And she's grieving her son now because of these cops. So, thank you.
Mike, check.
I just want to thank her so much for like sharing that. And this is the real reason why we love being boots on the ground outside the street. Like I don't mind doing the online, but every time we do wrestling in person, we always need somebody strong, we always need somebody powerful. They always share something, share life, and make us look at things from a whole other perspective. So just thank you so much for sharing that. Thank you so much. Remember, guys, live together. Love to live. I love you all. You definitely, guys, next week.